Hey guys, what's up? I'm KASEYKOCHANSKI. Welcome back to another video. I took a very small break because I got a new camera. I got the Canon 5D Mark IV as opposed to the Sony a5100, which is what I was using before. I just kind of wanted a change. Not that that's a bad camera, I just wanted something a little better. So here I am filming on my brand new camera and I'm really excited. So today we're going to do a smoky eye. This is super easy. When you get it down pat, I can do this in like 30 minutes. This is my go-to, like if I have somewhere to be and I can't mess up my makeup, this is what I do. So if you like this look and you want to see how I did it, stay tuned and I'm going to show you what to do. I'm just going to go in with the center shade right here on the Kat Von D palette and use that as a transition shade. Applying a warm transition shade in your crease when you're doing a smoky eye is just going to keep everything from getting muddy when you're blending. Moving on to my most loved palette. This is Tartelette in Bloom. I don't know if I can go a day without it. I use it every day, which is why it looks like this, which is pretty tragic. But I'm going to grab this shade called SMOKESHOW right here. It's just like a deeper brown shade. I'm going to go ahead and apply a shadow shield because smoky eyes get so messy. And when I'm in a hurry, I don't have time for all that. So now we're going to go back into that shade called SMOKESHOW and start smoking everything out. I like to apply my darkest shade to the outer corner first, and then with whatever's left, I start dragging it around and creating the shape that I want. I drag it out and then pull it in. For this look, we're going to actually go in the inner corner as well. So I'm going to apply SMOKESHOW here and then round it out. Bring it up and round it out in the crease. I'm going to leave the center of my lid open because we're going to apply another shade there. Don't worry if this looks like a hot mess in the beginning. Smoky eyes take a little bit of practice and a ton of blending, so be very patient when you're doing this. When you get it down though, it's really quick. Yeah, I'm pretty much done with that. Back in with whatever's left on your transition shade brush and just start buffing out the edges. Grabbing a flat shader brush, I'm just going to spritz and then go in with the shade Rocker right here. I'm just going to apply that to the center of my eye where we left that little space open. And bring it up into the crease a little bit, like with whatever's left on your brush when you're diffusing it outward. Bring it up a little bit. Okay, so that's starting to look really cool. I'm going to go in with Obsidian from the Prism palette. It's like the darkest black shade ever. Seriously, it's so good. And then I'm going to go and deepen the outer and the inner corners. I just like to do a patting motion like this and start building the color upon itself. It's always easier to build rather than take away. Just going to buff out the edges one last time with whatever's left on the transition brush just to bring all of this together. So I really like the way that the eyeshadow looks right now, so I'm going to move ahead and apply a pencil liner to my lash line. And I like to keep things very, very close to the lash line, thicker on the outer corner and then thinner as I'm coming inward. And then I'm just going to take like a little detailed type flat brush and start going side to side and sweeping that outward while blending it a little bit. This whole look, I just want it to be super smoky, nothing really defined. This part doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to apply lashes. Smoky eyes in general don't have to be perfect, but this part, just so long as you keep it close to the lash line, you're Gucci. Alright, cool. So I like how everything's looking. The eyeshadow is nice and blended out. The eyeliner is nice and deep and smoky. I'm going to move on to face next. Now, before I jump into face, I'm going to go ahead and finish this eye because I look kind of crazy right now. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So now I did the other eye. I'm going to move on to face. My routine doesn't really change that much with face because over the years, I've just like found products that I really love. I like to try new stuff, but I kind of always tend to go back to the same old, same old. In replacement for Shave Tape, I do love the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. So good. So I'm going to be using that underneath my eyes today. This is in shade light medium beige. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that right underneath, cleaning up any fallout. I don't use foundation, as you probably have realized from my previous videos if you've been watching, but I do love me some concealer. So I'm just applying a little bit underneath the eye and then just using a blender and blending it all outward. Going into Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, and apply that to my cheekbones. I really like this bronzer. It's a matte bronzer. It's just like a great shade if you have a little bit of a tan. I love my Kat Von D one, but I've just been like really gravitating toward this one lately for some reason. I always bring it up into the hairline just to add some warmth back into my complexion. Once that's all on, I'm going to set my under eye using the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I freaking love this stuff. I've used a lot of setting powders. Laura Mercier, I have a whole entire thing of it over here. And I always reach for this one because it's awesome. It's like blurs your pores. It sets your makeup beautifully. I'm super into it. I'm going to carve out underneath my contour with this as well. So now that my makeup is set and I went in with a fluffy brush to get all the excess off, I'm going to spritz my face with a little bit of setting spray. And that's just going to set all the powder down. And then I'm going to go in with my Benefit What's Up while this is still wet and apply that to all the high points of my face. I like to apply this wet because I noticed that when I apply it dry, it gets a little powdery. And I like my highlighters to look wet. So this gives like the best effect, I think. Go ahead and just dab it into your skin with a wet beauty blender. To blend my highlight with my contour, I'm going to go in with NARS Lovejoy. And just in circular motions, marry the two of those together. And then take a big fluffy brush and blend everything out, like all the harsh lines and excess product, to make it look really airbrush and finished. Okay, so off camera, I just cleaned up my brows a little bit and then popped some lashes on. I'm going to go ahead and smoke out the underneath of my eye. Using the same pencil liner that we used earlier, I'm going to go ahead and tight line my eye. And then using the detail brush from earlier that we used to smoke out our lash line, I'm going to go in with the SMOKESHOW shade that we used earlier and just wiggle back and forth and start smoking out the lash line. And then using just a fluffy brush, I'm going to blend this out a little bit. Be very mindful when you're blending that you're not dragging downward because you don't want to have like a black eye underneath. Just want to keep it nice and close to the lash line. For the final details, I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn Hill palette in that shade that I love. Pop it on the inner corner right here with my finger, just to brighten everything up since it's so smoky and dark. And then on just the tip of my nose. Just lining my lips with just any old nude liner. Then I'm going to use Maybelline Sand, which is super pale. I like a nude lip with a smoky eye a lot of the times, unless I'm in the mood for something darker, then I'll like pull like Kat Von D Damned or something. And then to top it off, I'm going to use NYX Butter Gloss in Madeline. Alright you guys, so this is the final look, really smoky and pretty. If you have green eyes or blue eyes, it's really going to make your eyes pop. This is my go-to smoky look that I like to whip out whenever I have somewhere to go or just am kind of in the mood to wear something a little bit more dramatic. I hope that you learned something today. I hope that you enjoyed watching. Leave some comments down below. Let's get to know each other. I love feedback. Let me know what you think. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. And most importantly, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon.